are you today? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday today. So anyway, hope everybody's been enjoying the spring weather. I think it was about 80 degrees today here in Georgia, so pretty cool. Thanks for tuning in. When you tune in, you get to learn a fun new recipe, or maybe an old recipe, or maybe a repeat recipe, or just a recipe that is going to be helpful to your health and wellness and keeping your immunity high while we're experiencing our lockdown or stay at home, and get to know your family, get to know your friends, get to know all those people, whether it's on the computer, just tuning in and seeing what everybody's up to. But I bet most of you have started cooking again, which is great. And a lot of times we just need new ideas for just to keep things interesting. So today we're going to do a Baba Ghanoush. And Baba Ghanoush is one of my favorite things to make, because I do make a lot of hummus. And Baba Ghanoush is just like hummus, except it's made with the eggplant. And everybody knows what an eggplant looks like, but not everybody knows what to do with an eggplant. So the other day in a video, we decided to roast an eggplant, and I showed you how to poke holes in it all around, just like you would be poking holes maybe in a potato or something, anything you're gonna put in the oven. You could also always make sure you poke the holes, because you don't want an explosion in your oven, because then you'll be really mad at me, and then you're gonna have to clean your oven or your grill or your ceiling or whatever. So anyway, what I do is poke holes in it, and you can put it on the barbecue grill and just as is, with the little holes poked in it, or you can put it in the oven and bake it or roast it, and it's delicious. And basically what we're looking for is for it to implode, and it's going to have a lot of wrinkles on it. So this is where wrinkles are good, and wrinkles are preferable. And after we put all those little holes in, just put it on your little sheet pan. And I would put some kind of liner in your sheet pan, maybe parchment paper or a piece of foil, something like that, so it doesn't all then stick to your pan, and it'll be a little easier for cleanup. All right, and then through the magic of television, once we poke all those holes in here, put your oven on preheat 400 degrees, all right? Or you can do 375 if you wish. So through the magic, I'm going to put that. Oh, look at that. See, this is television right at its best. Now, this is live, Facebook. So anyway, this one has been in here for 45 minutes, and see how it's nice and wrinkled and nice and soft. We want to pull that out and let that cool a little bit. And what we'll do is put it on, just kind of set it aside for a few minutes and let that cool so we can handle it. You can put on your rubber gloves if you need to, just to keep your hands clean. You don't have to, and we'll let that cool. We'll get the rest of our stuff prepped. So again, like I said, it's made just like hummus. So we're gonna use fresh garlic, we're gonna use olive oil, tahini, lemon juice, and some salt and pepper, and cumin. So very similar to hummus. So if you like hummus, you'll love this, because actually no beans in this. So sometimes people have their little dislike of beans, so this is a good alternative if you want some kind of dip. And I make this all the time, especially in eggplant season. And eggplants are great. They're high in minerals, high in nutrients, and low in calorie. So anything you make with eggplant is going to be super high in fiber as well. And you know, fiber is the new fiber. What?
Doug is just full of comments today.
Oh, Doug!
Yes.
He's always full of comments.
Number one, Baba Ghanoush is a great song by the Love Cowboys.
Oh.
There you have that.
There.
Number two,
good information to know, of course, always musically.
And your right side up. Hello. And number three, do you ever make anything that doesn't use tahini?
I make plenty, Douglas, without tahini, yes. But Baba Ghanoush and hummus usually have tahini. Now, they do make tahini-less hummus. I don't like that. I like the tahini in there because that is ground sesame seeds. So I'll get into that in a second, but what I'm going to do first, yes, who's raising their hand? You in the rear.
Doug has a question. Are there starches in eggplant?
Starches as in, are you on a keto diet? Here's the thing. There is fiber in the eggplant. So fiber nutritionally outweighs anything to do with needing to keep carbohydrates low. Is that what you're asking? Because it is what? It is high in fiber and it is high in nutrients and minerals. So it is a fruit by nature, and we use it as a vegetable in this country. And I would say because it's low in calorie, it's pretty much going to be okay on any diet. So it is a nightshade, so some people are sensitive to nightshades. So yes, sir. Question?
Doug has responded. Apparently he's looking at the type 2 diabetes diet.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, I forgot the question already. So, all right. I'm peeling garlic as we go here. So, what was the question again? Is it
starches in eggplant?
Starches? No, not like potato and that. So, because we're just. Wow, thanks, Doug. You always throw me for a loop there. Thanks. All right. So here's our garlic, and we're going to peel the garlic in our little handy dandy garlic peeler. Now, remember, garlic is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and it's only a little bit anti-friendly. So it seems to be a lot of us are alone right now. So that's okay to be a little anti-friendly with your garlic. So garlic, with the nutrition that's in garlic, I believe that this is one of those things that keeps Mother Nature at the top of the list for all those things that can heal our bodies. So garlic being number one. And next we're going to talk about our tahini. Now this is an organic tahini. I got it at the regular grocery store. Tahinis come in glass, or they come in plastic. You can find tahini in a couple different sections. You can find it in the ethnic section next to the matzo balls, or you can find it in next to the peanut butter and things like that, and the almond butter, because it is more like a peanut butter, almond butter kind of thing. Now you can shake it up. Some of them have a separation issue that kind of bothers me, but this one actually is very well blended. And when it is room temperature, it's much easier to use. So it's very well blended. This one is, you store it in the refrigerator when you're not using it. So when you're gonna use it and you want it to be really easy to use, you want to pull it out of the refrigerator about 20 minutes before you're gonna use it, all right? So I'm gonna use a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, I would highly recommend using one. It is different than a blender. It does a few different things. The blender, think of a blender as more for smoothies and liquidy things, and the food processor for a little bit more saucy, dippy things, you know. So it's a smaller, a shorter distance from here to there, so it's easier to get out of the food processor. And we've got a nice little S-blade right in there. And I'm gonna pop in that garlic. I'm gonna peel that garlic. You always wanna use garlic that you've peeled yourself and you wanna keep it outside of the refrigerator just because it'll stay better, fresher, and the refrigerator will actually render it tasteless. So, we love garlic. Garlic, do you like garlic?
Garlic is my friend.
Garlic is everybody's friend. All right, so almost everybody's friend. All right, so we've broken up the garlic in there. Now our pan is cooled. So we're going to take the little end of our eggplant and we're just gonna peel off that skin. Whew, see, it is a little hot, but we can just peel the skin right off. Now, if you happen to grill this on your barbecue grill, you're gonna get a lot of pieces of the outside. You could still use the skin in this situation. For this particular, I'm just gonna scrape it off. And this will be the substitute for the beans in the Baba Ghanoush, because there are no beans in Baba Ghanoush. All right, so let's do this. Take our extra little hands here. So here's the inside of the eggplant. We're just gonna pull it right off of there. And I like it when it's warm because it actually makes it creamier. It makes it really delicious to eat it and as a warm dip. And if you don't eat it all in one sitting, you're gonna have to store it in the fridge, of course, and then you may wanna warm it up the next day that you eat it. So, all right, that can be set aside. We're going to give this a little spin in here. All right, a couple seconds in there. You can see the steam rising off of it, so you know it's gonna be nice and warm. And so I like to use about 2 tablespoons of tahini. And we'll just kind of evenly distribute it around in there. And I'm going to add just a little touch of extra virgin olive oil. And next we're going to roll our lemon. So remember to wash your produce on the outside as well. It's a good idea to always wash your produce when you bring it in because, you know, that lemon has been everywhere. This lemon actually came from California. I live in Georgia. That's on the other side of the country. So I want to make sure that everything in between, you know, because I'm sure it was trucked here and warehoused and all sorts of things. So you just want to always wash the outside. And then when you roll it a little bit, you're getting it ready to get as much juice out of that as possible. So I'm going to use a handy dandy little juicing element here. And the reason I put it into another dish is because sometimes there's seeds in those lemons. Depends on what kind of lemons you get. These have a few lemons. So I buy lemons by the bag. Usually when you buy lemons by the bag, they're a different grade than if you buy them separately or 1 or 2 at a time, the loose ones at the in the produce section. So there it is, a little seed here. And I can just pull that right out. And you can take that lemon, that half a lemon, pop it right down in your sink and put the garbage disposal on that, and it'll give a nice fresh scent to your garbage disposal. All right, so we're gonna pour in lemon juice in 1 lemon. Can you get all the cumin? Please hold. All right. So, any other things going on here in the world? Who do we got looking, watching?
I can't see.
All right, so, oh, that's paprika. All right, I was looking for, oh gosh, oh, here we go. So, I've got some ground cumin. So we're gonna put some ground cumin in here, and I'm actually gonna spice it up with a little bit of cayenne pepper as well. So cumin is one of those favorite spices that go in so many different foods, and of course it's very carefully measured in there. You can always put more in. And then I wave over the cayenne, so cayenne pepper, to give it just a little bit of spice and a little bit of flavor, not necessarily to make it spicy. So, all right, so I'm going to blend that up, and then I have some some sea salt, and we will need to salt that up because eggplant doesn't have a lot of flavor, and there's definitely not very much sodium in there. So we're going to have to add a little sodium in order to make it taste delicious. So, all right, and I'm going to take my rubber spatula and just kind of scrape down the sides here so we can get it all blended. All right. Now, when you're using a food processor, you also want to take out the blade before you put your rubber spatula in there, because you don't want to nick your rubber spatula. Because then you will have many nicked rubber spatulas. Because that blade is sharp. So we're going to just pop that in your serving bowl. And you'll want to decide on what you want to serve it with, or how you want to consume that. So I've got some vegetables here, and I've got some naan bread. Pita or naan would work, crackers, whatever you have. A lot of this you can have on hand. And if you are one of the lucky people in the world that can get your groceries delivered, always pick up an eggplant, and you'll be surprised how lovely and delicious your little appetizer can be. Ooh, there's that little kick too. So you could take your little naan breads, you could put those in the oven, you could warm those up along with your pita bread as well. So you can just cut those and serve your pita bread, naan bread, and crackers, things like that. I have some fresh baby carrots. And my favorite are fresh radishes. It's springtime, so radishes are coming in, and spring radishes are, talk about health and wellness. The radish is one of my favorite vegetables. I can kind of consume them almost every day. Just get a little bit of spice. They're not as spicy as they used to be. And these are just the regular garden radish. And they're very inexpensive. For the amount of nutrition they put out, I would say these should be on your shopping list every time you go to the produce section. So, what do you say, Mikey?
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. All right. So just slice those up, and you could use these instead of chips, or even instead of bread if you're on a lower carb diet. So anything that Mother Nature gives us is really pretty much going to be okay on pretty much any diet. So here's the thing: when we're working with fresh foods from Mother Nature, I always say that Mother Nature would never really play a dirty trick on you and, you know, make you unhealthy from something that came right from the ground. But with that, I would give you a little toast of deliciousness. And remember that eggplant. So one little eggplant makes a whole dish just like this. Great to use instead of like I don't know what kind of dip you use with your vegetables, but I like to use hummuses and eggplant because of the nutritionals in all of that, with the fiber, the nutrition, the vitamins, the minerals, and the overall wellness that that would provide. So hope everybody's doing okay. And what did he say? What I can't remember.
His questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Regular or coarse sea salt?
Either one, whatever you have. You know, this is Maldon Sea Salt. Pretty much, I keep this on my stove in a nice little dish, and Maldon Sea Salt from the ocean, of course. And I use fresh cracked pepper. You could use any kind of pepper in there as well, and make it your own, make it delicious, and make it tonight. It's super easy, super delicious, and hope everybody's having a great yes.
Is naan or pita bread unleavened and okay for Passover?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to read the package. It's probably, it doesn't look too leavened to me. So, I'm not sure if there's anything in it that would certify it for you, but I don't know. So, did we still have the package for that? But it's from, you can get naan bread at Trader Joe's, Aldi, Sprouts, Whole Foods, whatever, all the grocery stores, Wegmans, Publix, Kroger, The list goes on. Everybody's got naan bread now, so anyway, I love it. It's delicious, or you could use just regular pita bread, whatever works for you. And hope everybody's doing okay and staying healthy, happy, and keep your sense of humor. All right? See you soon. Bye.